Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined back by one of our regulars, the one, the only Countess Luann.
Hi. Hi, David.
I mean, I really should just say welcome back to the States. I mean, you just took the UK by storm, sold out shows, the Mighty Hoopla Festival. I mean, it was a frenzy.
Oh, it was crazy. It was so exciting. It's like a carnival meets a festival, meets a bazaar. And everyone's so friendly. Oh my God. And they were so happy because they've been waiting for so long for me to come to England. So the excitement was there. There was like 30,000 people that came over from another show because it's a festival. So they just kind of piled in. It was like a sea of people. It was incredible. It was, do you remember that commercial for Blaupunkt when the guy's sitting in the chair and the speakers go on?
Yeah.
It was like, woof, it was the most incredible experience, I have to say.
Well, I can tell you
I've never played a crowd that big. So
that was the biggest crowd, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Well, I can tell you every listener of this show day by day kept slipping into my DMs because they know I know you and they're like, I just saw her. I just met her. The show was great. So it really was like, for the UK audience, it was such a treat.
Yeah, it was, listen, I did 6 shows. Mighty Hoopla I did 2, but it's only a half an hour set. So I had to, because my show is 2 hours, I have an intermission now. And so it was just, I had to break it down, make it half an hour, give them exactly what they wanted to hear, Chic and Money and Giovanni and of course Mary F. Kill, my new song.
Well, your new song, and now that you're back in the States, Mary F.
Mm.
Kill is, headed out. Your next date is June 20th in Glensdale, Pennsylvania at the Keswick Theater. And you're doing this drag brunch on the 22nd after that in Hell's Kitchen. I need to send all my boys to see you. And then
Yes.
you're doing another festival in Brooklyn, the Ladyland Festival. And then I know you're in like July, you're on dates in Baltimore and Virginia, and then on the West Coast in August.
Yes, yes. So yeah, I've got some dates this summer, but I kind of have a lot of downtime in between, which I'm really happy about because I just want to be out in the Hamptons with my kids too, and work on my love life. How's that?
And work on your love life. I mean, how is, I have seen many of your shows, of course, but like for people that, have seen maybe other shows, like how is Mary F. Kill different than your prior shows?
Well, because the content is different. It's really about, who I did marry, who I did have, and who, I want to get rid of because we're not killing anybody, right? But it's really all those stories that lead into the songs. How basically this tour and the song I was inspired by the fans because every show I did, it was okay, Countess, let's play Mary F. Kill, and every single show. So that's when I said, okay, well, I'm going to do Mary F. Kill as my new tour. And so then it's picking the music, like what song do I love, first of all, and then I come up with a story that leads into the song. And then it's what Giovanni dress am I going to be wearing when I sing that. So I love the creative part. Um, listen, I'm working on a holiday LP right now. So I'm going to be doing a lot of holiday shows coming up. Hopefully getting back to London to do those, working on dates for Australia. And so, Mary F. Kill, um, again, I didn't know what that was. And then I had to write the song and now it's going to be holiday and then it'll be a new tour, in the new year. So I'm always inspired. Maybe I'll do a TV show in between, which gives me another reason to write another song. But I love taking Christmas and kind of turning it on its head for a new album. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited for Mary F. Kill and to go to the places I haven't been. I haven't played Pennsylvania in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to that. Um, so yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun. I love it. That Tilda Swinton came to my show in London.
Wow.
I know. And she was like, you know what? Luanne, you give me so much joy. You can see you're spreading the joy around the world. And it's a lovely thing because you can see how much you love it. And, so she was just so complimentary about the show. She loved it. And, like I said, the UK has never seen my show. And, they don't know what to expect because on The Housewives, you never get to see my show because of music rights. So it's always the drama around the show, but it's never really my show. So, like I said before, people don't know what to expect, and they come out with big smiles on their faces, having had the best time.
Well, you sing Flowers by Miley Cyrus, so there you go.
I do Shania, I do Stevie Nicks. I cover a lot of songs and then I do my own. So, but again, it's really that's what cabaret is. It's really about the stories. Um, and that's what I love about it. And people are like, "How can you remember all that?" So I'm like, "Well, it's my story, so it's hard to forget."
You mentioned you might be doing a TV show in between all of this. Anything you'd like to share here today, Luanne?
Well, um, I'll just say this: that this is not the Housewives is not the end of my television career, and I've got a lot of projects coming up. So I'm excited because, I love working on TV. That's what I do, and so the cabaret is I feel like it's just an offshoot from what I do in television, because it's something I really enjoy. Apart from actually being on TV.
Well, speaking of TV shows, I mean, your fellow RHONY Dorinda is over in Scotland filming the Traitors. How do you think Dorinda's doing in the Traitors castle?
Well, it's so funny because I went to Scotland for a night and I texted her and say, "Hey, call me." She's like, "I can't talk right now." So I'm sure it's very challenging, but Dorinda's up to the task. She was like working out before she left and, totally taking care of herself. And so I think she went into that show in the best possible way.
Well, listen, I mean, she's come up against, the singer Stinger, and, she's taken on Bethany at times. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
think RHONY's probably a good training ground for Dorinda, right?
Hey, yeah. Well, listen, housewives are not new to Traitors. I mean, look at Phaedra; she killed it, and so I think housewives do really well on that show. Who knows? Maybe I'll be next.
Well, the Traitors, they pick three traitors and they have to go around and kill the faithfuls, and the faithfuls have to try to figure out who these. So, I mean, Mary F. Kill, it does kind of tie into you going to the Traitor's house, Luanne.
Right?
But what about, housewives have done particularly well on Traitors like Phaedra, but what about we have Tom Sandoval in there now? This is a gentleman who has, talk about like trickery and deceit. He had this affair on his girlfriend Ariana and was sleeping with her good friend, like right under her nose. I mean, should Dorinda be worried about Tom Sandoval in the Traitor's house? He's kind of a master at this.
Yeah, I think so. I think nobody knows a traitor like Tom.
Nobody knows a traitor like Tom. There's something about that name, right?
Well, he's definitely not a faithful.
He's definitely not a faithful. Would you want to be a traitor if you went into the house? Like one of the three chosen to go around and kind of eliminate the faithfuls, or would you want to be a faithful?
you know, I'd probably want to be a traitor.
It's
Sounds
more
like more
fun.
fun.
It's more fun,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Although I'm the type of girl that's always loyal to the end, which is part of the girl code.